Hello and welcome back to The Drag Detective. I'm Derek and today we are going to talk about the lip sync assassin twist from seasons 5, 6, and 8 of All Stars. We think that this twist is over, so I thought it would be a good time to kind of reflect, go over all of our iconic lip sync assassins, and rank them from 27 to 1 on how they did, how they utilized that moment back on RuPaul's Drag Race. Was it as good as some of their other lip syncs? Maybe they weren't giving it their all. Maybe they showed us that they have more than we thought they did in the lip sync department. All of those things will factor into this ranking, and we will discuss it all as we go along. I know that I've been literally banging this into your brains, but we are literally almost done with the interview portion of Drag Duel. We have 21 contestants that we are cutting down to 12, and then once we hit August, we will have our Meet the Judges, we will have our Meet the Contestants, and we will be in the full Drag Duel experience. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page for all updates on Drag Duel. So excited. I mean, I've been putting so much time and effort into this, as well as Zelda and Bootsy have. So we are so excited and proud of all the stuff we've already done with this, and to actually bring it to you very, very soon is super exciting to us. So if you want to see a drag competition series that features all forms of drag, all types of drag artists, and puts them to the test, watch Drag Duel coming this August from me, Zelda Box, and Bootsy. So with the spoilers from All Stars 9, which I'm not going to get into, but we do know the cast and we do know the format. And we know that the format is not lip sync assassins. And especially after this season where I just don't think it worked. I don't think that the assassins were giving. I don't think that the choices were the best. And I really only think this twist worked on All Stars 6, which is my favorite season, because All Stars 5 and All Stars 8 are two of the most hated All Star seasons, or least beloved, however you want to put it. But I think the twist has a lot to do with it, because it kind of just sucks the air out of the room if the lip syncs at the end of each episode aren't memorable or are just straight up not good. So I think that it was smart of them to get rid of this twist. All Stars 8 in general is just not very well received by fans, by me, by people on Twitter. So I think that them doing something different is good. Now, am I a fan of what that different thing is that they're doing? Not really. But I'm going to hold all judgment until that season airs. So, All Stars 5. We had a couple seasons now of the top 2 lip sync for your legacy, and then, they get to take out one of the bottom 2, or bottom 3, or bottom 4. So this was like an interesting twist to begin with. And what I think goes wrong immediately is that the choice for the song and for the lip sync assassin to then perform that song were a little bit weird. And specifically, something that I always thought was a little bit dumb is that the lip sync assassin is not fighting for anything. Like, yes, they're getting their booking fee. I'm sure it's a great check. But if they were also up to get that $10,000, I think that we would have some way, way better lip syncs from these assassins, because they are actually fighting for something. Like, they're not just there for shits and gigs, or like to potentially send home their friend, or things like that. So I think that just the roots of the twist doesn't make sense. And I'm not sure why that never, changed, or no one actually, came forward and was like, this is not working. Maybe we should, spruce it up a little bit. If we're going to use this twist 3 times, maybe it needs a little tiny bit of tweaking to make it even better. And no, that never happened. It was the same every single time they used it. And hopefully now it's retired. But I would be lying if I said that there were no iconic moments or good performances from this twist. So as we get further up this list, I will have some good things to say about the queens that came in to, be a lip sync assassin. But starting off at the bottom, there's issues. There's lots of issues. Starting off with the bottom of the list, number 27, from All Star 6, episode 6, we have Manila Luzon, who lip-synced to Dirty by Christina Aguilera against Kylie Sonique Love. Now, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues with this that I think are good to talk about because they pop up a lot. Manila Luzon, is she a lip-sync assassin? I think yes. I think that is a check mark. Manila makes complete sense as someone to come back. She's beloved by the fandom. She's known to have really good lip syncs, multiple good lip syncs. So she's a great candidate. The issue is that they gave her Dirty by Christina Aguilera. It's like, we saw what she did with Nasty by Janet Jackson, and like, these kind of like sexier, dancier songs aren't necessarily Manila's vibe when it comes to her lip syncing ability. And that kind of showed here. She really just walked around the stage, and like, to be honest, they barely show her because Kylie, this is her exact vibe song. Like, I'm sure Kylie has been doing this song since it came out. Like, she is so this vibe. She's even like earlier in the season, she kind of paid tribute to Christina Aguilera in one of her looks. Like, she's obviously a Christina fan. Dirty is this sexy song that she can just like, flip and split and do all of her tricks to. It is so Kylie's vibe, and it is so not Manila's. And that's my, I think, biggest issue with this twist, is that they don't necessarily set the lip sync assassin up to succeed. And this is a perfect example. Because if you're going to have Manila back, give her some weird song that she can just be her weird, kooky, campy self to. Because if you're going to bring a lip sync assassin back, don't you want to put them in the best position to win so that it's difficult for the queen in the competition to beat them? And I mean, especially for some of these, like, that is exactly what they do. They give the lip sync assassin a song that is right up their alley that they are, of course, going to annihilate. But then other times, they don't do that. And this is one of those. And unfortunately for Manila, this just was not her song. She was up against someone who, like, it was perfect for them. And she just completely, I think, fades into the background. Although I do love the look that she wore. And for number 26, we have that exact same issue. We have one of the most iconic lip sync assassins of all time. Someone that I think, when you think about this twist, is a no-brainer to bring back, Kennedy Davenport. So she is given Fancy by Reba, which is like a really, really staple drag song. Like, everyone, I feel like, knows that this song is like done by drag artists all the time. So I get why it was chosen, but then why wouldn't you give that to, like, I don't know, like Ginger Minge or someone who's like, can do that more like country style song? Because like Kennedy, give her a bucking number, give her a dancing number, give her a 90s house jam, and she's going to like annihilate. But to this song, she didn't. And it was just so disappointing because you hear Kennedy Davenport and you're expecting a show, and then you give her this song and it just feels like she's not able to do what she's best at. And that's exactly what happened. Now, number 25, we have ALYSSA Edwards, who was brought on to All Stars 5 Episode 2 as the second ever lip sync assassin. And they were doing Neutron Dance, her and Shea Coulee. And this is another issue. This is another issue I have, is that I feel like, and this is just my perception, this is my little mind that, knows how TV works. I think that sometimes the lip sync assassins may have been asked to not bring it as hard. If they really wanted the person who won the challenge to also win the lip sync, or potentially we want the lipstick that person has to go home, then all they have to do is ask the lip sync assassin, hey, don't give us a 10, give us like a 6. And that's what ALYSSA did. Did ALYSSA give the worst performance or the 25th best performance on this list? No, she probably did a little bit better than some of these other queens, but because she's ALYSSA Edwards and because she's given a song that is right up her alley, an 80s pop number, which is like, basically all of her lip syncs have been that. Cold Hearted, the one that she sent Ivy Winters home to, I can't think of the title right now, when she's in the green business suit. Like, 80s pop is like, we know she can slay. So they give her an 80s pop, and she just kind of walks around, does a couple moves. It really feels like she was giving 5 out of 10 when it comes to, like, energy. So I think that takes a lot of points off for me. Did she look incredible? Yes, she did. But you're ALYSSA fucking Edwards, and we have expectations, and they weren't met. And that's okay, but that's why you're number 25. Number 24, we have someone from All Stars 8 who I understood why they were called and why they're considered a lip sync assassin, but I don't think they were, A, given a song that was great for them, and 2, was necessarily like vibing or like caring about their performance, and that is JORGEOUS versus Lalaurie to About Damn Time by Lizzo on All Stars 8 episode, I think 7. So JORGEOUS in this lip sync, we know she's a really good dancer. We know that she won 1 million lip syncs on season 14. But in this one, I think that she saw that Lalaurie was there. She saw that it was a Lizzo song, and she's like, I'm giving up. Yeah, I'm not winning this. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the vibe that we got. She did the TikTok dance. She did a couple of her little moves, but it really was low energy, and I mean, people on Twitter were like, RuPaul holding a gun to her head, because, like, she obviously doesn't want to be here. That's the vibe, and I don't think that's true, but that's definitely the vibe that was coming off of her. So, Georges, for being such a good lip syncer, I think that was disappointing. Now, number 23, we have someone who I don't think does a bad job, but I think did a good job with a bad song. I don't know if you could do a better job with this song, and that is Boom Clap, which was given to Cameron Michaels on All Star 6. And this was kind of the one lip sync that season that was terrible. And it's all the song choice. I mean, it is all the song choice. You have Charlie XCX as the guest judge, and they get Boom Clap as a lip sync. And I'm like, give them Claws, give them Vroom Vroom, give them, like, Doing It, give them Break the Rules. Like, even if you don't want to go full hyperpop, like, you know, 2099 vibes, like, you can give them some of her better poppier songs, like Blame It On My Love. Like, there's so many options for Charlie XCX. Why the fuck would you do Boom Clap? And I genuinely think that there's not much you can do with this song. It's just a low-key, chill song that doesn't go anywhere. So Cameron did the best that she could do, but there was a ceiling of how good you could do, and she hit it. So unfortunately for Cameron, who I think really was affected by this, you know, after 9 episodes of, like, incredible lip sync battles, this was the first flop, and it's really unfortunate because I don't think it's her fault. She looked absolutely stunning. She did what she could, but it's just not a good song to lip sync to be honest with you. Now, number 22, we have the other person who is in that lip sync with Cameron, then coming back to be a lip sync assassin on All Stars 8, and that is Raja O'Hara, who lip synced to Coconuts against Jessica Wilde on episode 3 of All Stars 8. So, did she not get the memo? Like, I don't even think she was wearing no, she was not wearing a breastplate. She had her, like, you know, her stuffed bra. But when the song is Coconut, you know, she could have ran backstage, grabbed Jimbo's breastplate and been like, I'll give this back to you in a little bit, girl, because, like, I need this right now. She had no boobs to work with, and unfortunately, Jessica Wilde had some, like, amazing breastplate action going on that was just, like, she couldn't keep up. And you know, obviously we know Raja is an amazing lip syncer, a recent winner, so it just feels weird that they would kind of, like, set her up like this. Like, you know, whether I guess that was her decision or not, like, Coconuts without a breastplate is kind of like, what's the point? You know what I mean? So she got outshined, for sure. She did fine, but when Jessica Wilde's right there shaking her breastplate north, east, south, and west, like, there's not much you can do. Number 21, we have Shannel. So Shannel does a Joan Jett song, Bad Reputation, against Jimbo on All Stars 8, and I honestly think Jimbo won this lip sync. I think Jimbo won this lip sync because Shannel did fine, but it looked like she was, like, doing a different song. Like, she wasn't giving, like, this, like, punk rock energy you need for Bad Reputation, which is, like, I don't care what the fuck you say, Matthew fucking Belak. That's a good lip sync song. If you know what you're doing, it's a good lip sync song. Shannel wasn't dressed for it. Her energy wasn't for it. It was just a weird, like, juxtaposition of, like, what she was doing, but, like, what the song was. So, strange, not terrible, just not great. And Shannel's kind of a weird choice for a lip sync assassin, because, like, I don't think she ever lip synced on All Stars 1. I think Chad did all their lip syncs. And then on season 1, she sent home Akasha with her, like, huge, like, head thing coming off. But I think that's her only lip sync until she goes home against Rebecca Glasscock. And, like, the lip syncs were good, but they weren't, like, lip sync assassin worthy. So I think that, honestly, Shannel might be one of those, like, Jessica Wilde moments where they bring her back, not because she's a lip sync assassin on the show, but because they kind of want to test the audience's, like, perception of them and see if they want to bring them on All Stars. That's kind of what I was thinking. Plus, Shannel's just always there doing makeup for different things, so it would make sense that she has a good relationship with WoW, and they're like, just come in for the day and we'll feature you. Okay, number 20, we're getting into the era where, like, these aren't bad lip syncs, they're just not great. And that is Vanessa Vanjie Mateo on All Stars 5 doing Open Your Heart against Shea Coulee. She looks stunning. I just don't think the song was her vibe. You know, this is, like, a very, like, fun, bubbly, cutesy 80s bop. And Vanjie, she's good with, like, a dance number. I mean, we saw her slay to, like, that Fantasia song on season 11. Like, she has a certain area of music where I think she does really well. And this was kind of outside of that too much. And I just don't think her natural vibe, which she brings to a performance, matched the energy of that Madonna song. And Shea Coulee matched it perfectly. So, again, it's just kind of an example of, like, pick a different song. Like, just give them a song that works better for them. Number 19, we have another All-Stars 8 one. And this was Angeria Paris Van Michaels versus Alexis Michelle, versus Candy Muse to the Grace Jones number. The song title is escaping me at this moment. I didn't know about it until this episode. I really liked it. But Angeria does a good job. Angeria does a good job. But Candy Muse fucking ate this up. And I think that's the issue here. It's like next to Candy, Angeria just kind of faded into the background. I do think it's a good song choice for her. I do think she looked amazing. I think that she fit the vibe of the song. I just think she got outshined. And I don't think Angie's like the worst choice for Lip Sync Assassin, but I think it's one of the more questionable ones. Like if you think Lip Sync Assassin in your head, Angeria probably does not come to mind. So it's not like someone like a Jessica Wilde, who, like, she had never won a lip sync on Drag Race. Like, she did one lip sync and went home. That is not a lip sync assassin. At least Angie had won, I think, 2 lip syncs. So there's at least, like, some basis to be called a lip sync assassin. But I just think it was a bit of a stretch. And she did fine. It wasn't a standout. It wasn't, like, bad. She just got outshined. Now, this might be my controversial take. Next, at number 18, I have Nicky Doll, who in All Stars 8 does These Boots Are Made for Walking by Nancy Sinatra against Alexis Michelle and loses. Here's where, and so I put on Twitter actually that I was filming this video, and I lied. I said I already filmed it, but I haven't filmed it yet. But it is asking, you guys for your favorite and your least favorites. And a lot of you said Nicky Doll. A ton of you said Nicky Doll. And I think you're being very unfair to Miss Nicky Doll. Nicky Doll obviously is not a lip sync assassin. She had, one lip sync to Problem against ALYSSA, and it barely stayed. I mean, she stayed by, like, it could have been a double Shantae. It could have been, like, you both were not good. Go home. Then she did Hard to Break with HEIDI in Closet and was sent home. And I would say she was kind of stiff in both. Now she's a Drag Race France host. I think that's why they brought her back, kind of as like look how glowed up she is. Which, like, if you're watching Drag Race France, she looks incredible. Amazing host, all of those things. I think she exceeded my expectations, which is better than everyone we've listed so far. Nicky Doll, I think, did a pretty damn good job to that Nancy Sinatra song. I think that she just felt more fluid. She wasn't super stiff like she was on season 12. She had some fun dance moves. She had some sexy dance moves. She fit the vibe of the song. She looked amazing. Was it, like, the best lip sync of the season? No, but I think considering where she was on season 12, she showed that she has really improved her lip syncing ability and kept up with Alexis Michelle. And for that, she's not at the top of my list, she's not in the middle of my list, but she's definitely not at the bottom. So that's why I have her here at number 18. Number 17, we have yet another example of a queen who's just given a song that is, like, insane for them, and that is Silky Nutmeg Ganache on All Stars 8 doing Freakazoid against Jimbo. And I mean, this song was chosen so that Jimbo could have a win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was very, very obvious. And Silky, I think, keeps up, but it's just like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's like, what the fuck is this song? Like, why am I here doing this song? I mean, that's what I got. I think that she got the song on her way there, or the day before, whatever. She got to set, she saw who she was up against, and she goes, I clocked the stunt. I know the stunt, I get what's going on, and I'll do my part, but I'm not, like, this is definitely not, like, I know that I'm not here to, like, win this lip sync. Like, this is Jimbo's moment. And that's exactly what happened. Number 16, we have, I think, only our second All-Star 6 one, and that is HEIDI in Closet coming back and lip syncing against Ginger Minj to Sugar Walls by, what's that name? Sheena Easton? I think it's Sheena Easton. So this is a very sexy song. Ginger adds the little bit of sexiness, but she mostly plays it up as, like, a comedy. So, like, that's already kind of, like, a little unexpected. So if HEIDI can nail the sexiness, like the vibe of the song perfectly, she definitely has an in to win. Unfortunately, she has a wardrobe malfunction. She had this, like, huge wig thing, kind of like she did on season 12, episode 1, that fell off during the runway. it again falls off. She does recover, but I just think it kind of shakes her a little bit because she's just kind of not delivering as well as we know she can for the rest of the lip sync. And Ginger kind of really does outshine her. So, like, I think Heidi does a good job. It's just not enough to beat Ginger or to, like, exceed our expectations of, like, what we're expecting from a Heidi in Closet lip sync, which is something we were robbed of on All Stars 8. Number 15, we have Jada Essence Hall on All Stars 6 against Eureka doing Good Golly Miss Molly. And this lip sync is good. This lip sync is good. It's just kind of one note. And I think because the song is very one note. You know, the song doesn't really go anywhere. It's kind of the same thing for 2.5 minutes, and that's kind of what we got in the lip sync. Eureka has a really fun reveal. She pulls out the clown nose. Jada, I think, looks insanely amazing. I mean, she looks so good in this lip sync. I just don't know if, like, the outfit necessarily matched the energy of the song. And I think that she keeps up with Eureka. It is a double Shantae. They both win. But I would say if I had to pick a winner, I would pick Eureka. And Jada did great, but I think with a different song choice, she would do outstanding. So we really are, like, right in the middle here where, like, there's always, like, maybe 1 or 2 issues, but, like, we're getting better. Like, these are, like, good lip syncs. Number 14, we have Pangina versus Jimbo, another stunt, to She Bop by Cyndi Lauper, one of my favorite 80s songs. I fucking love Cyndi Lauper. And so this lip sync it's ruined, I think, because of the stunt. Like, having Pangina lip sync against Jimbo is just annoying because, like, Jimbo I don't necessarily think deserved the challenge win, and then you're like, oh, I get why she got it now, but now I'm just annoyed. So you're already kind of having a bad taste in your mouth. But it's Pangina, so you're like, oh my god, it's fine. Like, I love Pangina. And Pangina does a good job. She does a really good job, but she doesn't do, like, insanely well. She has some comedic moments. She has some, like, you know, funner moments where she's, like, slapping her vagina on the floor, like, things like that. She definitely wins the lip sync. Jimbo is there. She's you know, around. I don't think this was Pangina's, like, shining moment. Like, no one talked about this lip sync after it was done, except for how annoyed they were that, like, they put them against each other. So, like, I don't think I can put this much higher than it is right now. Number 13, we have Monet X Change versus Jujubee to Juice. So, Monet X Change in this lip sync is super fun, super good. But I remember when this was leaked on Reddit, like way before the season aired. This is when we had a lot more tea than we do now. We knew, like, I think every Lip Sync Assassin and, like, all of their songs. And when we saw Jujubee versus Monet X Change to Juice by Lizzo, I mean, we were like, the expectations for this lip sync were so high. We were all, like, so excited. And then Jujubee doesn't know the words, and Monet does a really good job, but kind of like Pangina, like, we've seen her do better. Like, it wasn't, like, her best lip sync of all time. So it was just kind of disappointing, and I think that also does kind of affect my rating here, because the expectations for this lip sync for, like, 8 months was so high for me, it did not meet my expectations. And Monet did better lip syncs on All-Star 7. So, like, in the grand scheme of Monet X Change lip syncs, this one falls probably somewhere in the middle, maybe even the lower middle. So I think it deserves its spot here at number 13. Up next, we have at number 12, another All-Stars 5 Lip Sync Assassin. We have Roxy Andrews versus Ms. Cracker to One Last Time by Ariana Grande. And holy shit, this was a terrible song choice. The All-Stars 5 lip syncs, a lot of them were bad. I mean, Fancy, this, like, what are you thinking? Ariana Grande's discography is riddled with amazing lip sync songs. God Is a Woman, Sweetener, Break Your Heart Right Back, even, like, a ballad like Moonlight. Like, she has so many options. One Last Time. I was confused why that was a single back in 2015. Like, and I was confused why it was a lip sync song on Drag Race. And Roxy Andrews brings the reveal of all reveals. That's a lie. It's a really good reveal. To the thick and juicy, basically, jockstrap that she's wearing at the end. And it's iconic. And I think I actually like BB Rexa better in this lip sync than Roxy. Just because BB Rexa's, like, reactions to everything was, like, so adorable and so fun. Watching this lip sync back, which I did for all of these, I watched every single one of them. That moment with Roxy's really good, but there's just not much you can do with this song. It just doesn't go anywhere. I would equate this to, like, Boom Clap, where, like, this song is fine. It just doesn't give enough to, like, make it easy to like lip sync to. So for most of the lip sync, it's Cracker just running around doing whatever in this like weird look, and then Roxy just standing there looking hot. So like, she did a good job. She did probably the best that she could with that song, and she gave us a great reveal. So I think that this is kind of like where we're at. Like, this is good. This is definitely really, really good. Like, I'm glad you came back. You showed us why you were Lip Sync Assassin, and I will remember this moment. Now, we're getting close to the top 10. Number 11, I have Alexis Mateo to Dance Again by Jennifer Lopez versus Trinity K. Bonet. Now, this is a really good lip sync, but it's a really short lip sync. I think because Trinity loses her wig, and they need more time to like have the whole Jan, you're safe, just kidding, you're going home, bye bitch, face crack moment. So the lip sync is only like, I don't even think it's barely over 2 minutes. And Alexis delivers. She has the reveal where she like rips her dress in half, and like under it is this dance costume, and then she's serving, she's giving us dance moves, she's giving us gigantic hair. And what an amazing lip sync assassin choice. But like, I think I just remember her like doing the like, oh, but wait, I have another lipstick too. Like, that I think is what I remember more than like the Dance Again lip sync, because like I love Dance Again, and they definitely both did a really good job, but like Trinity losing her wig and stuff is just kind of like, you know, it's a little bit disappointing. So she did an amazing job, and bring Alexis Mateo back on Drag Race immediately. She needs another chance, because her last one was rough. She was rough. She's rough. So now we're in our top 10, and we have All-Star 6, Episode 1, Coco Montrese to Uptown Funk versus Yara Sofia. Now, Coco is like, I think, if you don't have Coco in your top 3 lip sync assassins, you're wrong. Like, you're wrong. Like, I could see arguments for a couple people as number 1, but like, she's at least top 3, at least. So Coco came back. I think she got a kind of weird song choice, Uptown Funk, but I also just like hate that song. I worked at the mall for far too long, and I do have white parents, so like, you understand the struggle. So I do like her performance. Is it the best Coco Montrese performance I've ever seen? No, I think she had some better lip syncs on season 5. But this was still really, really good. It was fun. It was great to see Coco back. I want Coco to come back for an All-Stars so badly. So badly. And this was just like another reason why. At number 9, we have the final, I hope, lip sync assassin, and that is, what is her name? Priyanka. She is a smart bitch. She said RuPaul won't have winners on that weren't judged by her. I had them on speed dial. I'm double texting. I'm triple texting until they bring me there. And they finally did. And she lip syncs to The Season's So Forgettable that I actually can't remember. Jumpin', Jumpin'. Great song choice. Great song choice against Candy Muse. And they both do a really good job. I think she's really funny. Like, every moment that she's on that camera, she's like, I have a job to do, and that is getting an invitation. And I think that she did everything she could. And the lip sync is definitely also in there, because she did good. She was really fun. It's a good song. She definitely like fit the vibe. And it's just everything you want from a lip sync assassin. You want to see a little bit of reintroduction. You definitely could see the glow up from Canada season 1. She had a couple fun moments where she could throw a zinger or a joke. She delivered in the lip sync, and she looked fantastic. So like, I think she hit every mark that you could possibly hit as a lip sync assassin. Number 8, we have All-Stars 8. We have Jasmine Kennedy, my mother, doing Hallucinate by Dua Lipa. And so this was kind of an interesting thing, because when I heard it was a Hallucinate, I'm like, that's rough, because there's already a really, really good Hallucinate lip sync on UK3. So there's always going to be the comparison of like, well, which one was better? Now, I do think UK3 is really good. I think it is better because both of them delivered. And in this one, Jimbo's tripping 3 seconds in, and Jimbo is like fighting for her life to survive. But Jasmine Kennedy, she just brings such good energy. She's so fun. She does the Dua Lipa meme dance. The like... which was so funny. She does this like amazing backflip into a split thing. She's annihilating the whole stage. She looks so hot. And I think it was great. I mean, it's like, is Jasmine Kennedy going to come back in All-Stars? I do think so. Probably not anytime soon, but it's nice that we had this little tiny like taste of her, you know, until we get her back for good. So I think she did an amazing job, and it's one of my favorite lip syncs from All-Stars 8. One of the only good lip syncs from All-Stars 8, in my opinion. So thank you so much, Jasmine Kennedy, for saving All-Stars 8. Now, number 7, we have my favorite drag queen, as you all like to tell me. We have Mayhem Miller. She's lip syncing against Ginger Minj to Phone by Lizzo. And I mean, this lip sync is just everything. I mean, you have Ginger just being like insane. You have Mayhem over here, like, I think totally keeping up, being just funny and ridiculous. And then they're kind of having this like interplay together, and it's so good. And especially for Phone, which is more of like a gimmicky song than anything else. They did exactly what the song asked for. They both were super, super funny. Mayhem looked amazing. And I think it was just a really, really, really good lip sync. And specifically for Mayhem, who I don't think has ever really shined on a Drag Race season as like a contestant, I think this was a great moment for her in the spotlight, just doing what she's great at, which is lip syncing and breaking a blood vessel in her eye for opening them so wide. So like it was all great. Now, number 6, we have a queen who did so well in this lip sync that they were asked back on All Stars, and that is Jessica Wilde versus Jan on All Star 6 to Womanizer. Basically all of these are All Star 6 at this point because they're all so good. So Womanizer, a song we've been begging for, a song that is like so good, a staple of gay history, and they did it justice. Now, Jan, I think, like I said in the All-Stars video, I think got a little bit of a bad edit in her lip sync, but this edit was made for Jessica Wilde. They're like, Jan, you suck. Jessica Wilde is turning it. I mean, she's wearing this delicious red number. Her hair is so wavy and stunning. Her makeup is perfection. There's not a flaw in sight. And she whips that hair around and she launches across that stage and she does exactly what she needs to do. And she got such a good reception that she really got brought into the conversation about she deserves her spot on All Stars. And now look at her on All Stars 8. She made the top 3 and she proved why she is an all-star. But it all kind of started here. Okay, so we are now in our top 5, and this is the highest rated one from All Stars 8, and it is from the premiere episode with Aja. She lip-synced against Coco Montrese to Freakum Dress in what I think should have been a double Shantae, because every time I watch, I think that somebody else should have won. It was so good. It was both of their songs. Like, this was like in their bones to do Freakum Dress. And it was just such a great reintroduction to Aja after All Stars 3, after she was like criminally robbed that entire season. So having her back on, having her slay a lip sync, and have her just do what she does best in front of RuPaul, looking fantastic. It was just music to my ears as an Aja stan. So good. And really what I think like all the Lip Sync Assassins should be a reintroduction to a song that they are like the best at, and slaying it and showing us and reminding us why they are such a good drag performer. Now, number 4, I have Morgan McMichaels, who did Where Have You Been by Rihanna against Miss Cracker on All Stars 5. And this is so good. I mean, Morgan is just so stupid, but so funny and so talented, such a great drag performer and lip syncer. And you have Cracker doing like and like kicking and splitting and flipping and da-da-da, and then you have Cracker doing the like breakdance thing where like her legs flying out and like Morgan pretends to like jump over it. Like, it was just so good. She looked so good, and especially after season 3 of All Stars, where she went home first, came back, and then went home right again. I think that maybe her reputation as a drag performer might have been a little bit, stunted by Drag Race fans who just don't pay attention to anything outside of the show. So I think this was an amazing reintroduction. Super, super fun, and I'm glad that they picked her as one of their very first lip sync assassins, because she showed what you should do. And I wish more people on this list did what Morgan did. Number 3, we have from All Star 6 to one of my favorite Janet Jackson songs, Miss You Much. We have Brooklyn Heights, the Canada judge herself. And she lip-synced to the song against Raj O'Hara. It was a double Shantae, like most of these lately have been. Brooklyn can just do so much. She can split, she can flip, she can launch herself across the stage. She's a good just dancer on her own without, having all these tricks. And she looks so good. And this is one of the ones where we were like, okay, so they're both from season 11. There's the storyline. I don't even mind it because they both turned it out, and it's one of the best lip syncs ever, one of the most consistent lip syncs ever, and it's one of those where you're constantly having to like look back and forth because like they're both just so mesmerizing. So Brooklyn Heights did what she needed to do, proved why she is a lip sync assassin, proved why she is a force as a drag queen, one of the most talented queens ever on this show, and a great showing for her. So obviously, I think she deserves her spot in this top 3. Now, number 2, we actually have the very first lip sync assassin from All Stars 5 episode 1. Now, they lip-synced to Live and La Vida Loca, which was a great song choice for them, and that is YVIE Oddly. She lip-synced against India Farah, and she wore this insane outfit with a crazy hair reveal, with like a pant reveal. I mean, there was so much going on. And for this song choice, like Live and La Vida Loca, I mean, YVIE Oddly, this was perfect because she's just so kooky and weird and doing different, things that we haven't seen. And she's not afraid to get silly and stupid in her performance. And, as the most recent winner up to this point, I think, since they filmed the season, I think that this was a great showcase for her. It's like, here's why she's a winner of Drag Race and like an all-time great. And she's just, she's so good. So good. I mean, I love YVIE Oddly. I love her so much. And this lip sync is one of her best. It's so fun. And I think it really set the tone for what it could be. And so then when we have things like, Alyssa Edwards and Kennedy Davenport afterwards, that's why they feel so disappointing, because we saw what YVIE came in and what YVIE did. And she set that tone, and she did a fantastic job. And if you're noticing, all of the ones in this top 10, I would say, Assassins, where the song that they were given is a song in their wheelhouse. And they're, set up to succeed, so of course they're going to do a good job. So I just wish it was more consistent like this. But our number one, I mean, there's no contention here. I think we all knew what was going to be number one, and that is Laganja Estranja on All-Star 6, Episode 3. And she goes up against Trinity K. Bonet to another Dua Lipa song, Physical. So this is just like a gay anthem in general. The gays love this song. The gays love future nostalgia in general. This song in particular, the gays really attacked. And so this is like one of those songs that has a lot of hype behind it when it's going to be a lip-sync song. And they both completely delivered. But from her entrance of jumping off this ladder onto the stage, from, All-Star 6, Let's Get Sickening, from the reveals, from hitting Silky Ganache in the face with one of her, I think her corset. Literally every single moment of this, it felt like Laganja's redemption. I mean, we'd seen her grow so much since the show. We understand now how mistreated she was by the show, behind the scenes. And so for her to have this moment, this is the ultimate lip sync assassin moment. And it's why All-Star 6 is so good, because even Laganja Estranja, who's not on the season itself, gets her redemption. And all it took was 8 minutes at the very end of an episode, and the storyline was there, and her storyline was completed. And she said now she doesn't need to come back because this is what she needed. She doesn't need anything else. She's shown she's an amazing performer. She's shown she's an amazing drag artist, and she's shown that she's in a much better spot now than she was on season 6. And what more could you want from a lip sync assassin? I mean, this is the ultimate redemption story when it comes to this twist. And the fact that I think it really is the only one is sad. It's really sad. But Laganja grabbed this twist by the fucking balls. And she said, if you're going to have me back, I'm going to need to do this, 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 and this. And they said, do it. Do whatever you want. She took full advantage. She's the reason why I think this twist isn't a complete flop. There are some good lip syncs that came from this. There's some great reintroductions to queens, but this is the one that will remain in the consciousness of the Drag Race fandom for years to come. And thank you so much, Laganja Estranja, for making all of our gay hearts so happy with this lip sync. So there is my list. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you sad that the twist is over? Do you like this twist? Is there anyone that you wish they would have brought on as a lip sync assassin that never got the chance? I'm sure I could make a whole video about that. I think that is all the time we have for today. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already. The links to all my social media are in the description below, at The Drag Detective everywhere. Make sure you check out Drag Duel and the podcast. We have Bible Girl on for this upcoming talent show episode. So if you want to listen to me and Bible Girl tell it, go listen to the rigged recap on all streaming platforms. And that is everything I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you all in the next one.